Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Waldhart and you are here with Amanda's Inspiration Station. Welcome to this week's Weekly Wednesday. Yeah, I said that. That can be a tongue twister, so I'm glad I said that correctly. I've been doing this now for 2 years. I stated that last week, so I should be able to say it correctly, but one will never know. I am so excited about this week's project because I think what I'm going to share with you is so stinking adorable. We're going to just dive right in. So we are going to be working out of the mini catalog today, the January through June mini catalog today. And I found this at Bath and Body Works after I had bought the bundle. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is so perfect. So I found these hand sanitizers that say life is sweet with little gumballs on them. How perfect is this? So of course we're going to make a little hand sanitizer holder because they're easy, they're fun, and they're a great little gift to give someone or a birthday party favor for your kids or whoever. And then we're going to make this adorable card to go with it. It says, may your day be filled with all the best things. And then inside it says, wishing you the sweetest day ever. I think this is so cute and we are totally going to use this. And I just realized though, so we're going to use the Gumball greetings from this catalog, but I need to get out these little hearts because I forgot to grab them when I was preparing. And I just now realized that, oh, I need those little hearts. All right, so let me grab these little hearts and put them on a little fuzz there. Put them on a block. All right, so now we have that. All right, so we're gonna make this cute, adorable little thing. And then this bundle also comes with matching dies. So we're going to be using some of them. Now, for the sake of the video, I have gone ahead and I have die cutted some of the items out, but I do want to share with you what page this is on because it's so cute and I love it. Actually, I'm going to leave this open so you can see all it's on page 12 in your mini catalog. And the bundle saves you 10%. So it's $41.25. It is so adorable. And then you can, which we are not doing that today, but I do want to share with you that I do have them as I'm like flinging stuff. I have these little frosted bead assortments, and I'm going to share with you these because they're super cute. They weren't available at the time when I bought my bundle. So I made this, but I cannot wait to make some more cards using this because I think this would be so cute to make a shaker card with this. So here are these. Let me see if I can get this up a little bit higher, where the light is not like all crazy. How pretty are those? They are so pretty. So, yeah, I'm excited to do a card with that. So who knows, you might see a future card with me just making the gumball and the shaker card because I think it's so cute. I think these cards are super cute. That are actually the samples that are in the catalog as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to actually start with the hand sanitizer first. And I have a couple pieces here. So this piece right here is actually from the Ornate Frame dies. Now these frames are leaving. So May 2nd is the last day to get these. May 3rd is when the annual catalog will come out, or while supplies last. So those Ornate Frame dies were great because they were little frames to do different things like this. I'm going to miss them dearly. So I do have that. I have a scrap piece of Poppy Parade because we're going to cut out some hearts here. Then I have a belly band. So I have designer series paper. This piece right here measures at 1x6 because that's going to be our wraparound. And then this piece is going to go inside our little like thing, which I feel like this is a little snug on this one. This measures at 2.5 by 1 3/4. So we might have to trim that down just a little bit. I'm going to set that aside. I have a scrap piece of basic white to stamp the gumball machine, and we're going to color it. And then I also have a little linen bow here. Linen thread, I've already made the bow. And then we just need to get out our simple score tool. So let's set that aside. Let's get out our simple score tool. So we, don't worry about if you're just joining me for the first time. There is a link underneath here where you can click for the free printable project sheet. The project sheet will have colored pictures of both of these projects on it. It'll tell you the supply list and the measurements. The instructions are the video here. So you can hop on over, and I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting that red subscribe button. And I would also appreciate it if you would like my video. If you enjoy the video, I would like you to like the video, please. That would be very helpful for me. Okay, so we have a piece of Pacific Point, and this measures at 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. We're going to score it on the long side. Well, first we're going to score it on the short side. So on the short side, we're going to score it at 1, and we're going to score it at 2 3/4. And then we're going to turn it and score it on the long side, and we're going to score it at 1 and 2. And I feel like I just did that backwards. I did. Oh, I did. Hold on. We're going to redo that. Oh, it has been one of those days, I think, for me. Let's cut this again. So we need a piece that is 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. Oh, perfect. Okay. Let's redo this. Like, wait a minute. That's not right. I'm trying to look at my measurements over here, and it's not working very well for me. All right. So let me do this again. All right. So on the short side, we need to do 1 3/4. 1 inch and 2 3/4. That is right. Now we're going to turn it. Sorry. So this is the short side, and we're going to do it at 1, and we're going to do it at 2. There we go. Sorry. Ooh, that is way different. I had it opposite. My dyslexia apparently kicked in. Okay. No worries. We got this. All right, so this is what it's going to look like. All right, so we are going to use our bone folder. We're just going to varnish in those creases. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get out our scissors, and we are going to cut on our score line. And we're also going to make like these little darts. They just help for this to fold in a lot easier, especially when you're adhering. So we're going to pick those out. So we're going to snip right on the score line, and then just kind of go off to the side a little bit to create these little darts. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we want to angle the box. So what we're going to do, we're going to angle it. We want it to be from this corner to this corner to this corner to this corner. So how you do it is completely up to you. I'm just going to take my scissors, and I'm just going to go corner to corner like that. But it's kind of hard for me to do it like this because I'm right-handed. So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to do the same thing just like that. There we go. All right. So now we are going to put this piece right inside here. And we're going to adhere that right inside. And I'm going to kind of go up a little bit higher because you're not going to see the bottom. And I just want to set it right in there. Perfect. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our 2 center flaps here. And we're going to bring up the back, because then what we're going to do is we're going to put glue on each of these tabs, and we're going to bring it forward like this. So I'm going to bring in these little tabs here, and I'm going to get out my green glue here, and I'm just going to do little circles here. And I'm just going to literally bring this up on the sides, give it a little pinch, just so it holds it in place. Okay. And then I'm going to put some glue right there and there. And then I'm just going to bring the flaps in. And I'm going to just hold it for a minute, give it some little pinches like that. And there you have your little box. That is adorable. And it's not hard. I know I kind of might have confused you briefly for a brief moment, and I'm sorry for that. All right, so let's go ahead and let's do some stamping. So we're going to stamp in Pacific Point the I choose you. I chew you. Okay, so there's that. We'll set that aside. And then I'm going to need my, I'm going to use Memento. And I'm going to stamp the bubblegum machine. Now, I will tell you, we do have Poppy Parade. We are going to use some markers here, okay? Now, we do have Daffodil Delight and Poppy Parade in the blends, but we do not have Pacific Point. So if you want to use your blends, which is generally what I use, you can more than welcome do that. I wanted to show you, though, that if you didn't have the blends, you could use just your Stampin' Right markers like this. I'm kind of a blend girl. I love our Stampin' Right markers when I'm actually taking a stamp and I'm coloring different pieces on that one stamp, and then you huff on it and you stamp. I love that. But otherwise, if I'm coloring, I want my blends. I have more control. I enjoy it more. So I'm just going to color Poppy Parade for the Gumball machine. And give me a second here. I feel like I'm reaching in front of you guys, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have just grabbed. Let's grab Dark Smoky Slate. And then I'm going to grab Dark Daffodil Delight. And then we'll just use the Pacific Point Stampin' Right marker for a couple of these dots. So that's not going to make a big difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of randomly color some of these dots. I'm going to leave some of them white because I want some white gumballs. And there is no rhyme or reason. I am just randomly coloring these. And of course, I still need my Poppy Parade for some gumballs. So we're just going to randomly color. All right. There we go. And then we're going to leave some white ones. So this is where I'm just going to use my Stampin' Right marker. Not the writing side. I am going to use this side. I'm just doing little circles of gumballs, so it's not that big of a deal. And we'll just color in like that. We'll just do it like that. Although I think I'm going to do a few more red ones because I feel like it needs it. Maybe a few more yellow ones. I know this part's kind of tedious, but all right. And then I'm going to take the gray and I'm just going to go like this and color in that. There, we're done. We're done with that now. All right, so now we need to take our dies because we need this die and we need the hearts die. And I have my little mini machine here that I'm going to bring up. I love this little guy. And I'm going to run these both through at the same time. And I'm just going to put them in there like that. Run them through. And of course, this is going to move on me a little bit. Why would it cooperate while I'm on camera? You know? Okay, I'm going to go back because I don't want to ruin that whole bubblegum machine. So just give me a second. We're going to take that off. And I'm actually going to use some washi tape, which I should have done from the beginning, but you know, I didn't. All right. Washi tape's nice because it holds it right in place, and then we don't have to worry about it. But why do I keep... Hold on. Oh, maybe it's just the glare from the light. I kept seeing a big space. You know what? We're doing it. Here we go. We're doing it. We're doing it. Yeah, see, there is a little bit more space on that side. So it wasn't really the glare, but oh well. All right, I'm going to keep this washi tape because we might need that here in a little bit. All right, so I have now the rest of this project to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to just wrap this around. Now, you can do one of two things. I originally wrapped it in the back like this, but then after I did it, I thought to myself, that was kind of silly. I should wrap it, start it from the back, and then pull it forward like this, because I'm actually covering it if I do it like that. And then I could cover it with my gumball. So that's actually what I'm going to do. And what I'm going to do is just put a little adhesive. Now you can do this many ways. I just kind of put a little adhesive on here. And I'm going to start it like that. I'm going to kind of wrap it around, and wrap it around. And then I'm going to hold it in place. I might have to secure up here, but I want, just hold it for a minute. Okay. Nope, seems like it's staying. All right, so I guess I won't do that. All right, so now I am going to use dimensionals here. And so we'll just put our dimensional right here. And I'm going to now just cover that line. So there's that line. I'm going to use a mini glue dot to add my little linen bow. I'm going to do that off to the side. I'm going to use some dimensionals for my little sign here that says I chew you, and I'm going to pull that out a little bit. And then I have these little hearts. Now I'm only going to use 2 of them. This very, 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 very little tiny one I'm not going to use. Actually, no, that's the one I am going to use. The middle size one is the one I'm not going to use. So I'm going to just use the very tiny one, put a glue dot on the back of it, and I'm going to put it up on my gumball machine. And then I'm going to use the larger heart, and I'm going to place that right there. There you go. Now we have the little hand sanitizer. So cute. I love when Bath & Body Works has matching things that match our stamp sets that come out. It actually makes my day. Like whenever I find like a really cute stamp set or something, I purposely go out shopping looking for either treats or little things that I can design around that. So it's like the joy. It's my joy. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on the card. So this card is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and I'm going to use my bone folder to varnish in the crease because I have the card going up and down this way. And for the inside of the card, let's go ahead and do the inside first. I have a piece of basic white. Ooh, I almost said whisper white. Haven't said that in a while. I have a piece of basic white that measures at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have this little scrap here. And this little scrap measures 4 by 1/2. And we're just going to put that right across the bottom. But you know, before I do that, I'm going to stamp just in case I have to flip over. So let's stamp first, then we'll add that. So we need the saying that says, wishing you the sweetest day ever, because that's going to be on the inside. So I'm going to grab that and I'm going to center that in the center of my inside piece like that. And then I'm going to take the Poppy Parade with the little hearts and I'm going to do inside and inside like that. Now that it turned out and I don't have to flip it over, we will go ahead and we will adhere this piece. And I'll be honest, the reason why I added this piece in here, which I'm so glad I did because I think it adds so much and it's so cute, it was a scrap. I almost threw it away and I was like, oh, wait a minute. This would be cute on the inside of the card. So that's what I did. Oh, I got a little carried away with my glue here. All right. So let's put that on the inside. I know some of you probably said, oh, you almost threw that scrap away. I know quite a few people who would have said that to me. I see there's a little, like, there must have been like a little hair or something there. I'll fix that later. I have a mono eraser and I will fix that later. Okay, so let's go back to the front of our card. We have a couple different layers here. So we're going to start with another piece of basic white that measures. But this one is not 4 by 5 1/4 like the inside was. This one is a little bit smaller. So it's actually 3 3/4 by 5. And then this is 350 by 4 3/4. So I am going to adhere this, the designer series paper, onto the basic white flat. And now that I have that little bit of glue on my thing, it's like sticking. So we're going to flip this over. Oh, no, we're not. Look at, I have measurements from another project. Okay, let me get a new thing because it's like sticking and I don't like it. So we're just going to get a brand new piece of grid paper. All right, there we go. This way it won't stick. All right. So now before we adhere this to the card, we want to wrap some ribbon around it. This is one of my all-time favorite ribbons. It is leaving. In fact, almost a lot of my favorite ribbons are leaving. This came in a multi-pack for every season. And it came with just jade and it was like gingham ribbon. And then it also came with the Misty Moonlight Baker's Twine. I am a sucker for nice big like white cotton ribbon because I feel like this kind of cotton ribbon is perfect for bows, especially if you're doing a big bow off to the side. So I'm just going to place it behind my piece here and I want to make sure I leave enough ribbon around so that I have enough to create a side bow over here. So I'm going to get that out of the way. I'm going to do this, and I'm not the greatest bow maker, so I'm going to turn this a little bit. I know it's going to probably look like I'm doing it sideways, which I guess I kind of am. But it's the easiest way for me to do a side bow. So I'm going to do that, pull up my Mickey ears, and then I'm going to, there we go. Okay. So there's our little bow, which actually turned out pretty cute. I'm going to, I kind of want it to stay turned like that. So I'm going to take a mini glue dot and I'm going to place it underneath. Like, okay. Well, this mini glue dot doesn't want to leave this. There we go. It's like, no, I don't want to be used. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to put some snail adhesive on there, some Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to place this flat onto my card. All right, so there's the start of the card. All right, now we have a few pieces here, some that I've already die cutted. So I have this piece. This is from our scalloped contour dies. This is the second to largest one. Then I have already cut out in Poppy Parade the base of the gumball machine and the top part of the gumball machine. I also did the little square part of the gumball machine. Now that is in basic gray, along with the little knob here that's basic gray that I'm having a hard time picking up right now. That's going to go like that. Then we're going to have, we're going to do some stamping real quick. So then we have some scrap pieces here. So we have scrap smoky slate, because that's where I'm going to do the little sign that says 5 cents. So I have this little guy here. It says 5 cents. So I'm going to stamp that. And then I am going to try to stamp this. There is a stamp for this little, like the turn. Now normally I would have probably have stamped that first and then used die cut out, but I did not do that this time. But hey, it worked out to my advantage. All right, and then I have Pool Party here, which we are going to do the little glass dome on. Okay. And while we're stamping, we're now going to stamp the saying on there too. So I'm going to get out my Pacific Point. And we're going to stamp that in the center of the dome. And then we have some gumballs. So this is where for sure you want to use your Stampin' Write markers. I actually prefer them because I'm going to just color one of each gumball. So one in Poppy Parade, one in Pacific Point, and one in Daffodil Delight. And then we're going to do this little huff technique. And we're going to stamp. Now I have one of each color gumball. So we're going to run that through the machine. We're going to run that through the machine. And then we're going to run this through the machine, which is this piece. So I'm going to get back out my mini and bring that back over here along with my plates. And I'm going to make sure that that's right side up. So there is a longer flat end and a shorter flat end. The shorter flat end is what goes at the top. I had it backwards when I was had it just sitting there for a moment. So the shorter piece goes up at the top. So I'm going to secure that. And then I'm going to get out some more little washi tape here because I don't want this little tiny circle to slide while I run this through the machine. Nor do I want my little gumballs to slide. So we're going to do that. Although I will tell you, I don't need that bigger piece. So we're just going to run that through the machine. I don't know if you guys have this little mini, but it is handy. I like it when I'm doing just little projects. I think it's very easy to crank, which that's a huge plus for me because my big one, it can be kind of hard to crank and it makes my arm tired and I don't like that. Or I'm wimpy. I don't know. All right, so we're going to get that off. And then we have this. All right. Okay, so now we have this. So now we can just put our card together now that we have that done. So we first of all need to glue on this piece right here. So I'm just going to do dot, dot, kind of like not a lot. Dot, dot, not a lot, I like to say. I just like to run it a little bit through. And I'm just going to, and you can use your fine glue tip if you have that. I'm not a fan of that. I'm just going to throw that out there. I, first of all, have a really hard time getting the needle into that little dinky tiny hole. And it frustrates me, so then I get annoyed. I know it's terrible, but that's what happens. I got to pull these out, you guys. We need some classic matte dots because I'm going to use the black, the little tiny black one in there. So I'm going to, oops, you know what? I have this upside down. I think I did this the first time I did it. Okay, so yes, I think I did. And I want to make sure I do it. I want to tell you guys. So there's a big circle here, and then there's the small circle, and I just put it upside down. The small circle needs to go up at the top because that is where the little 5-cent circle goes over that small. So I'm just going to use a little mini dimensional, and I'm going to put that right there. And then I'm going to put just a dot of glue right there. And this is where you can see actually on there where the little twine thing goes. And then I'm going to put a very, very, very tiny little black dot on there. If you don't have these, but you have your black matte dots, I think the small one works for it too. You could use that as well. All right, so there's that. And I'm going to put some glue on the back here. And I'm going to come pretty much all the way down to the bottom right before the stitched line. And then I'm going to put some glue on the back of this, the little glass. And I'm kind of going to tuck it under there like that. And then I'm going to put the top on. And then we'll put the little gumballs on. Now the top will go overhang, but that's okay. And I am literally going to lift up this little flap here, and I'm going to put a little dot there, a little dot there, and a little dot there. And this is where I'm literally going to place my gumballs right on top of these little dots. I'm going to use my poker tool here. And we'll just set them on top and set them on top. All right. Oh, oh, oh. Stay. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to flip this over because I am going to use dimensionals for it because I'm going to pop this part up. Look at, I'm using all the sides of my dimensionals. I'm assuming you guys do that too. All right. And then we're just going to place this right on top like that. And then our bow will hang over like that. How cute is that card? Oh, I love this card. I love this bubblegum machine. It is so adorable. Gumball Greetings is the name of the bundle. Remember, you actually have through June for this. Now that I'm saying that, this will actually go through June. However, it is not being carried over into the new annual catalog. So if this is something that you like, I would get it while you can. So there is this week's Weekly Wednesday projects. I hope you guys enjoyed them, including my mistakes. I had a few of them today, but don't we all? It happens. It happens. It's how we learn. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and to like the video. I would appreciate that. And I will see you next week for our Weekly Wednesday. Bye.